From the great Northeast, WTEN presents TV10 Action News with Dick Wood, Marci Elliot, meteorologist Bob Kovachick. On sports, Rip Rowan and Ed O'Brien.
Good evening. Albany County's proposed Civic Center complex took a big step forward today with the announcement that local developers want to build a parking garage and hotel on the site.
Bob Lawson and our live action camera are standing by at the Empire State Plaza, just below where the hotel garage project will be built. Bob?
Marci, the County Industrial Development Agency received just one proposal for the $7 million parking garage and $40 to $50 million hotel that will be built along the western edge of the Civic Center site, along Eagle Street, between the South Mall Arterial and Howard Street. The fact that just one proposal was submitted was something of a surprise, but County Exec Jim Coyne says one is all we need. The Industrial Development Agency met briefly this morning, voting unanimously to accept for review and then negotiations a joint venture proposal from Callanan Industries and AmCam that they be named the preferred developers for the hotel and 1,000-car garage. Callanan is a South Bethlehem road building firm. AmCam is a firm comprised of County Legislator Richard Myers, Peter and Brian Noonan, and John Trefoletti.
We're very excited about the private funding. We're excited about a group that has been talking directly to a major hotel chain who appears to have a legitimate interest in settling in Albany and being adjacent to the Civic Center. So I think it adds more credence to the Civic Center.
Coyne would not reveal the name of the hotel chain, saying it's premature. The IDA also voted today to accept the final environmental impact statement on the Civic Center.
The project would have a significant positive social and economic benefit to Albany County and the Capital District.
There are negatives: demolition of buildings in a historic district, something deemed unavoidable, and an increase in traffic.
Proper signalization and signage will minimize potential congestion.
The increase in noise levels will not be significant, according to the consultants who prepared the impact statement. The financing package for the Civic Center proposal, and County Executive Coyne will appoint a blue ribbon panel to lend oversight and input sometime next week. Back to you, Marci and Dick.
Okay, Bob, thank you. As the legislature's Black and Puerto Rican caucus was complaining to Governor Cuomo about selective enforcement against state workers who are Black and Hispanic, 7 of those middle-level state employees under indictment for cocaine sale conspiracy were arraigned in federal court. Juan George, his wife Luisa, Ismael Melendez, Martin Reyes, Charles Molina, Gustavo Hernandez, and Marcos Sorol all pleaded not guilty before Federal District Judge Roger Minor. The judge allowed all 7 to remain free on bail previously set in county court, where drug charges are still outstanding. Defense attorneys will make their motions against the indictments in about a month.
The 47-year-old Schenectady Amtrak engineer whose train was involved in a fatal crash last April turned himself in to authorities in Connecticut today. William Savali was arraigned on criminally negligent homicide and reckless endangerment charges. He pleaded not guilty to both counts and was released on $10,000 bail. A rift between members of the crime-fighting Guardian Angels here in Albany has caused some of them to go out and form a group of their own. The group, which calls itself the Watchful Eyes, claim it will deliver what the Angels failed to do. Pauline Lug reports.
There's a new group of citizen crime fighters in town. They're called the Watchful Eyes, and they're promising to go where angels fear to tread.
We formed to take over not take over, it's a mischoice of words, to go into the areas where the Guardian Angels don't go. Like the Guardian Angels, they are only down in Arbor Hill. They came here for one group of people.
The group, comprised largely of renegade angel members and former angels benefactors known as archangels, says it's tired of the dissension that exists within the Guardian Angels.
There was a lot of what they call knife backing, stabbing in the back. Everybody was against each other.
But the question is, does Albany really need another group of crime fighters?
There is a need, because we just don't want to fight crime. We want to go out into the community. We want to help the people in the communities. We're not here just to fight crime.
With T-shirts on the way, the members modeled parts of their new uniforms. The 13 members plan to hold workouts here in Swinburne Park. They will continue to recruit and have scheduled their first foot patrol for this weekend. Pauline Lou, TV10 Action News, Albany.
The Public Employees Federation has a lame duck leader. Embattled President Elizabeth Hoke has failed to gain enough signatures on nominating petitions to file for re-election. Instead, Rand Condell and Neil Boyle will square off for the top job. Condell represents a splinter faction, the statewide Coalition for a Democratic Union, while Boyle heads a pro-PEF caucus. Hoke supporters say failure to meet the April 1st contract deadline contributed to her defeat. Well, the mayor of Pittsfield is this evening declaring his intention to run for a fourth two-year term. 52-year-old Charles Smith has been away from Pittsfield City Hall since late March when he suffered a heart attack in Cape Cod. But Smith has been convalescing at home in the past several weeks and promises to be back in the mayor's office on Tuesday. Just ahead on Action News, Bob will be along to tell us what to expect for the upcoming holiday weekend.
Then later in the newscast, Kathy Gazda talks with a local man who is alive today because of someone else's sacrifice.
What you need for them when you leave here. You don't need them. And they could probably help a lot of people.
Tonight's Action News is brought to you by the Pontiac Red Seal dealers. Their Red Seal means service, quality, and satisfaction.